Hi, and welcome to Origin of Concepts. This is the first video in a series of Heracles and his 12 labors from Greek mythology. The 12 labors of Heracles are a series of heroic and supernatural tasks given to Heracles by King Eurystheus as a punishment to Hercules for killing his own family under a spell of madness induced by Hera. So let's go on with the first labor in the row, which is slaying the Nemean lion. And while I speak, I will go to the Milky Way center, because it's no secret that the entire myth is based on inspiration from the Milky Way center. So here it is. Let's start drawing here. The lion's head is the disc, and its back are the silvery shadow right to the disc. So basically this is the lion in the Milky Way here. It's the back part, so to speak. So, and a stomach here. And you can see the lion head is basically here, in this area. But this is the lion in the Milky Way. And this is the back part here, which will be important later. Okay. While I read up from the original text or from the translations now. While searching for the lion, Heracles fletches some arrows, and the arrows you're making is the stripe shadow here. So this is his arrows. Heracles discovered the lion fur's protective property as the arrow bounced harmless off the creature's side. Okay, so when he shoots at the lion to kill it, the arrows just drop off. And let me see here. Yeah. And the fur is this area here. This is the lion fur, or this is the back part of the lion. And here you see the arrows falling off the fur. Then Heracles made the lion return to his cave, where he stunned the beast with his club and strangled it to death. And the cave is this arch here inside the mountain, of course, the Milky Way center. So here you got the cave, and Heracles put it into the cave and killed it by his club. And his club is the silvery shadow here. This is his club. Okay, let's move on. During the fight, the lion bit off a finger, or one of Hercules' fingers. Okay, so let's take a look at that story. Because the Milky Way center consists of like 3 basic dark shadows here. And the stripe shadow here is, of course, the finger. And to visualize, the lion is biting his finger. The Milky Way center is a giant mouth, the mouth of the lion, so to speak. And here you see the lion mouth biting off the finger of Heracles. And we can put a little nail here, and so the stripe shadow is the finger, and the mouth, and the great mouth is the lion's mouth. Everything, the lion is the greatest animal of the sky because the entire Milky Way is like the lion's place, you know. It's the... Okay, let's move on. In some myth, Hercules shoot arrows at the lion's vulnerable mouth. So he's shooting the arrows into his mouth. And the arrows, you know, is the... We can also make the finger is also one arrow shooting. Yeah, like this. Instead of the finger, it's just an arrow shooting inside the mouth. I think you get the point. After slaying the lion, Hercules tried to skin it with a knife from his belt, but failed. And Hercules is, of course, a character based on aspects of the entire Milky Way center. They are always, the gods is always the giants. But this is the belt of Hercules, so to speak, here. And in his belt, he got his knife here. So. But it failed. And therefore, he tried to sharpening his knife with a stone, and even tried to use the stone itself to take off the skin. And this is the knife here. But it's also the stone, because this striped shadow here is always the stone in the sky. And let me see here. It's the rock. I think you heard that before. The rock. Or black rock. Or black stone. Or, you know, everything related to a stone in myth is this stone here. Okay. And then it doesn't work with the stone and with the knife, so therefore Heracles used one of the lion's own claws to skin the pelt. And let us find the lion pawn here, because this is the lion pawn here. And it's like this, and you can see here is the claws. It's the striped shadow here. That's the claws. Something like this. So here you got the lion paw. So here used that, of course. What else? And in some myths, say that Heracles' armor was made of the hide of the lion. And the lion paw is also the hide, of course, here of the lion. And it also looks like an armor. So, used by soldiers or ancient warriors. Okay, when Hercules returned, he carrying the carcass of the lion on his shoulders, the dead lion on his shoulders. The dead lion is visualized by the dark shadow surrounding the Milky Way center. And this is basically all of this shadow here. That's the entire lion on the shoulders of Heracles, because this is also Heracles' shoulders. You see, it looks like shoulders. And yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. And then I wrote here the shoulders of the striped shadow here. because the striped shadow is used in the Hercules character. So this is the lion on the shoulders of Heracles. We got that. King Eurystheus demanded Hercules only to display the fruits of his labors outside the city gates. So he couldn't bring his lion into the city, so he must keep it outside the city gates, of course. The fruits of the labor is the spirit from the golden disc, of course. So this is the fruit. It's always the fruit. His reward, so to speak, spirit. And it's placed outside the city wall, which is, of course, the striped shadow here. And the striped shadow is the city wall in every single myth around the world, and it also plays the role as the city itself, with the houses and towers and stuff like that. All right. And then, of course, the king Eurystheus is a a little pity boy. You know, every time Hercules or Heracles had made one of his labors, he's hiding in a jar. He's a very scary guy. And in this first labor, he's hiding in a bronze jar. And of course, the bronze jar is, of course, the area here in the Milky Way center. This is the jar in every single myth, or the fireplace, or everything contains something. Is this area, and of course, inside the jar we got the golden disc, the spirit. Okay, I think that's all it is. So now you know where to find the Nemean lion in Heracles' first labor. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, hopefully. Until then, take care. Bye.